Hello everyone, welcome back to another Star Trek Starships collection review. I have something which I think is very cool, something that I've been wanting for quite a while, that has been in and out of my cart on Hero Collector or Eagle Moss's website because this thing is only available there. And as luck would have it, my Christmas luck would have it, I received this as a Christmas present from somebody very special to me, so that was very cool. And so yeah, I have the model in front of me, as you can see, which looks really cool just at a glance. So I'm gonna kind of kick this aside and jump into the magazine that happens to be right below it. Alrighty folks, and there it is. The USS Reliant Concept Special Issue. This is awesome. I mean, this is, or what was originally supposed to be, the design of the USS Reliant. And looking at the cover, or looking at the image on the cover of the model, it appears to follow the same basic design elements of the Miranda class that we would come to know and love, but with some minor differences here. So, great image on the cover there, as I said, and let's look at the information. It is Miranda class, original concept, of course, by Jennings and Minor. And of course, like every other magazine in the collection, as I always say, the magazine format remains the same. And it was supposed to be for Star Trek II, again, Miranda class, and of course designed by Joe Jennings and Mike Minor. And as you can see, there is a view of the ship there, which, looking at it, you would think, oh my God, it's upside down. Well, to us it might be, but it really isn't. Turn the page, and a rather gorgeous view of the ship there, which, well, happily is different than what's on the cover. With a brief caption there, but that's about it. And it simply says, in its original configuration, the USS Reliant's nacelles were above the saucer, making it more like a cut-down Enterprise. So yeah, that was the basic idea. And then they obviously had to make some changes because, of course, they didn't want viewers to, or the audience, to confuse the two ships when they were in battle and things like that. So you turn the page and you have your plan views. No annotations or anything showing you the various components. I guess they kind of assume that you know where's what and what's what by this point. But as you can see, it has the same design elements as the USS Reliant. Well, it is. It's just flipped upside down. The roll bar is missing, but there are two torpedo launching pods instead of the one that was in the center of the roll bar that actually ended up being on the model and, of course, in the movie and the subsequent series. And you turn the page and you have a rather lengthy article about the designing of the USS Reliant and the various ideas that were tossed about, including some storyboard art there. And more on that, and of course, the configuration that we've all come to be familiar with and we all love for the most part. And here is that roll bar. Well, in the film, it was blown to bits. But yeah. And here at the section on the writing of Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, Nicholas Meyer, and the ideas and so on and so forth. And of course, two wonderful actors who are no longer with us today. And of course, there's McCoy and Kirk in the scene in his quarters earlier in the film. And there's Christy Alley as Savick. And one of the famous promotional shots of Ricardo Montalban as Khan, right here. And of course, another screen image from the film, which I think is a promotional image that was also used on many artwork and things like that. So this article talks a lot about that. And then, of course, Spock's death and his phony death in the beginning, for those of you who are familiar with the film. And yeah. And that pretty much concludes the magazine with a nice top view of the ship there. So now, folks, without further ado, I'm going to show you what appears to be, from what I've seen so far, a gorgeous model. All right, folks, and there you have it. Look at that. This model looks awesome. I mean, really awesome. Look at that. Now, this is just a concept model. Looks like my little weapons pod thing is a little wonky. I can fix that and reapply it later. But first thing I want to point out, those of you who have been around or have seen any number of my previous videos involving any of the Miranda class variant models that we've gotten in the collection, or any of the, I'll just call it the movie era, or any ships that have the movie era warp nacelles like these, which will consist of any Reliant class, any Miranda class, or any Constitution refits. This would be the Soyuz class, the Constellation class, the Janolan, and I think the USS Curry as well from Deep Space Nine, and I think a couple of others that all featured the same type of warp nacelle. One of my biggest complaints has been, not that they got the shape wrong or anything, but the front. They always got them wrong, but after so much criticism, they finally got them right. They finally got them right. And it looks gorgeous here. I mean, why couldn't they have done this from the beginning? They did this right, and it looks great. Now, in contrast to the original Reliant model, well, not the original, but the one that actually was released, they got the nacelle, but you can see the clear, they clearly got the difference here. The black is missing, although the shape is there. Like, my goodness, I just don't know why they couldn't do this the first time. It looks so much better. And this is, you can clearly see the Aztecing on the concept is far superior to what they released early in the collection several years ago. I mean, the paint application looks far better, and the font of the registry looks better. It's clearer, more crisp. It just looks amazing. I would personally love to see a regular Reliant re-release using this template. I mean, it looks great. I mean, actually, the paint application mirrors that of the XL, the extra large version of the Reliant that was released a little while back as well. And now, I mean, look, it all looks beautiful. This is too white, no pun intended. But yeah, this looks great. Look at that. The registry is clear as well on the underside of the saucer. You can see the join marks there faintly from when they join the two pieces. Both parts of the primary hull are metal, and the nacelles, of course, are plastic. They are painted. They don't appear to be any of that clear stuff there, which is okay. I'm okay with that here. It does appear to be a black plastic inside, which is nice. It's not painted, so I was wrong a second ago. The shuttle bay numbers are there. The impulse engines are painted red. There's no clear red plastic or anything. And as I mentioned earlier, my two weapons pods are a little bit bent, but I can easily plop that off and reapply it straight with some glue there. But just to note, the Starfleet stripe and the symbol Starship USS Reliant, it's all there. The nacelles look fantastic. You got your bridge there. More Starfleet stripes there. It just thing looks fantastic. Now, it does look odd because we're so used to this final design as opposed to this. And if you flip it upside down, it kind of sort of looks like this, but obviously the nacelles are backwards, or they're upside down if you want to look at it that way, and the roll bar is missing, which is here. So this is one of those things that we never saw or got to see on screen. It would have been cool if maybe we did see this on Deep Space Nine, since DS9 was famous for kit bashing the hell out of ships and stuff for the Dominion War. So it would have been cool to maybe see this as one of those ships in the background or something, or maybe on the Next Generation they could have done this, but they never did. But that's too bad, but at least we have it in physical form now. I can't stress enough how awesome and how happy I am that they've gotten the nacelles correct. Now, because it was kind of a one-off thing. I mean, the original Enterprise refit that they did, which is like issue number 2, was hideously incorrect or wrong, and the wrong color. The Enterprise A was also wrong. It's basically reused the mold of the refit. The Reliant got the nacelles mostly correct, but they were missing the black paint in the middle, in between the two, and the grills themselves here are blue as opposed to black. And the Stargazer was also incorrect. The Janolan was incorrect. But the first time that I actually got optimistic and excited was when Eaglemoss released the, not the USS Bozeman, but the USS Saratoga, which finally got them right, I think. And then moving on to the USS Curry, and this and the XL version of the Enterprise A and the Reliant have all gotten the nacelles correct. So yeah, I would love for them to go back and kind of like redo a few of those earlier ones and fix the nacelles, but I don't think that's going to happen. This model will run you, I think, about $30 on the Eaglemoss website. I received it as one of my Christmas presents this year. I am very, very happy and stoked about it. It fits in your hand about that much, which in contrast to the original Reliant, it's about the same, almost, give or take. Definitely worth your time and your money if you're thinking about it. If you love these little weird concept designs of ships, of famous ships, then this is definitely for you. Yeah, it just looks great. Fantastic. A nice what-if scenario, you know? And it's got the Reliant down there, and the Starfleet stuff is right there on the bottom of these weapon pods. It's interesting that there are 2 here, but on the final model there are only 1. There is only 1. It would have been interesting to see how this would have worked in the film had we seen it that way. And the more I'm looking at it, I think, oh, this thing is upside down, but it's not. So yeah, folks, I would definitely recommend this model. Thumbs up here. If you can go out there and get it, please do so. You can find it on Eaglemoss's or Hero Collector's website. And I think, like I said, it would run you about $35, not $35, but about $29. Maybe you can catch it during one of the promotions or sales where it would make it cheaper for you. So yeah, folks, definitely go and seek this one out. Definitely worth it, and makes a fine addition to the Star Trek Starships collection, and definitely a nice addition to the Miranda class collection, which at this point features the Reliant, the Saratoga, the Soyuz class. Let's see, what else is there? There's the USS Antares. There's the USS Lantry. Am I missing any? I think that's about it. So yeah, we have several Miranda, and now this. So we have several Miranda classes in the collection. And I'm glad this joins that one big happy fleet. So yeah, folks, definitely check it out. Order it, get your hands on it, and you won't regret it. If you have any questions, of course, please feel free to drop it down below, and I'll get to it when I get a chance. And so yeah, guys, until next time, live long and prosper. Be safe, take care of yourselves, your family, and your friends there. And there's one final look at the two models together. Good. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.